that announces your first level of seriousness in ensuring that those things come to pass. The path to reality begins with written down visions. Documentation. If you don't write that vision down, if you don't write that idea, you may forget it eventually. And even if it is not forgotten, it may not always be accurately presented. Are you with me? Every time you want to present it, you may not get it accurately. Then say, changes the narration. If I tell David something, when David wants to tell Jonathan, he may not say it the exact way I said it. When Jonathan wants to tell Teresa, he may not say it the same way David said it. By the time he's getting to number 10 person, the whole thing I said may have been lost. But if I write it down and I pass it to you, and you also forward the same thing, like maybe forwarding a message to him, exactly as received is what you forward. Exactly as he received is what he forwards. As she received is what she forwards. There will be a synchronization of message received. This is why writing down things are very important. There are many unfulfilled visions today because they were not documented. Have you had ideas? Something powerful that came to your mind, but the next day you try to remember. I couldn't remember it. And you're trying to think hard, but you cannot remember it. Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 2. The Bible said, write the vision. That read it. Our vision in this church is very explicit. You cannot miss it. You cannot guess it. It's explicit. Any vision that stays only in your head is not a compelling vision. A compelling vision will move from your head into a place that it can be read. It has to move from inspiration to documentation. And then from documentation to execution. From inspiration to documentation. From documentation to execution. It is the documented vision that you always look at and begin to give structure to it. You begin to give structure to it. You know, the Bible speaking in 1 Corinthians chapter 14 and verse 40. 1 Corinthians 14 and verse 40. That all things should be done decently and in order. Decently and in order. The seriousness of any enterprise is seen in how you document it. If you have a vision, you should be able to structure that vision. You cannot structure vision in your mind. Structure must be on paper. Let me show you how a structure should look like. From vision. You know, vision is a revelation. We say vision is a revelation. What is revealed to you is a visualization, is a picture. You know. But how do you move from vision to reality? The first thing you do is to bring out the vision. Yeah? Once you bring out the vision, you begin to put goals that align with the vision, objectives, endpoints that helps that vision to look real and practicable. Then after that, you begin to put systems in place. How do I achieve the goals that I have set based on my vision? That is where organizational structure comes into place. Does it require people? What kind of people does it require? How many people does it require? What is the qualification of the people it requires? Who do I need to meet? Do I need a shop? Can I run from home? Can I sell online? These are the things you need to put in place. They call them systems. And then after that, you put plans in place. What are plans? Procedures, processes. They power your systems. How do I go about it? What method should I apply? Those are plans. How do I reach my clients? What is my packaging method? And then you begin to put timelines. How long will it take for me to actualize this? Because any vision that does not have timeline would not be actualized. I'm giving you step-by-step process on how to put structure to your vision. It is after you know how long it will take that you can now know how much it will cost. Do I have that kind of finances? If I don't have, where can I get it from? So you see that money is not the first thing you think about when you want to run a vision. You put all of that in place. And then when that is put in place, you begin to talk about execution plan. Now, how do we kick off? Where do we start from? Should we start with a rally? Should we start with jingles? Should we start with knocking by the doors? I told you that when I started my business, the first thing I did was to write 100 proposals, and I dropped it in 100 organizations. Your own case may be that you need to do something for free first. When we opened our restaurant in Kano, the first thing we did was to serve free food. Free food. It is those that came and ate the free food and went back to the office and said, that new restaurant, then tapo. Yeah, and people started coming. Can you plate somebody for free first? Can you sew a cloth for free? What can you do? You need to come up with an execution strategy. And then the last thing I'll always tell people, which is not always in people's plans or structure, is continuity. You must have a continuity plan. Don't plan to start something that will end. Plan to start something that will continue. This is why put people to run what you are doing so that it will not stop when you are not around. It can continue even when you are not around. Imagine you have a poultry farm, as simple as a poultry farm is, and you have to travel for 1 week, and you're the only one that can run that poultry farm in your house. Just imagine that. That's as simple as a poultry farm is. Some of you, the things you do, you have caged yourself. You can't do it. You can't go anywhere. And it's not as if that thing is a rocket science thing. So because of Kaji, you cannot not travel to somewhere very important. Are you getting me? You now have 6 customers that want to plait hair. And you have 2 sisters. You have not taught them how to plait hair. Only you will now play 6 people. Turn by turn. When your other 2 sisters can join you and they will do 2, and in shorter time, you are done and collect the money. And settle them and take the rest. When you are leaving your office, you lock it. So customers may now come after you have locked the office. Because there's no one to put there. Hallelujah. People put themselves under unnecessary pressure because they don't have a plan. No structure. And any vision that does not have structure will put you under pressure. Will put under pressure so that they can be celebrated. When you should be important, go for opportunities so that you will not be under pressure. It is structure that makes leaders, business owners, to withstand the pressures that come in that cycle of leadership and businesses. So please, write and structure your vision. It gives clarity. I needed to take my time, and it's another teaching entirely, but it's important that you get it now. Stop thinking about money. Stop it. Hallelujah. Number 6. People, not just platforms. Build people, not just platforms. You know, I'm talking about structure. I was talking about structure and how the fact that you need to give room for people. See, don't just build businesses. Don't just be interested in making money. Be also interested in raising people. Someone should learn a trade because of you or through you. Someone should know how to do something through you. It is people that run businesses. Even when you have systems, it is people that operate those systems. You must be open to training people, to giving them the opportunity to also express themselves. Give them platforms to come up. Because true leadership will always give room for others to come up. True leadership empowers others. It does. If you are the only one that can do what must be done, you are not a leader. You're not a leader. And that's why every leader must pray for followers. I was speaking here yesterday in a program, and I said, listen, there cannot be leadership without followership. People follow what they see working. It is among followers that you can pick mentees, people to mentor. You can't mentor one man. Don't. I'm telling you that, many of us have parents or have seen people while we are growing up whose businesses died after they died. Because those businesses were built around only them. Any business that is built around one person will die when the person dies. Including ministries. I've seen ministries that shut down because the senior pastor or general overseer died. But he cannot die. We have not even finished. Because there's nothing secret in this ministry. The finance of this ministry is known by the staff of the church. Budget is done together, not by one person. Budget is done together. Isaac can almost tell you how much is in the account of the ministry per time. It's not a secret. It's not a secret. They say when you are teaching people something, teach them and don't teach them everything so that you can always have an edge over them. That's the way the world thinks. So that when they keep two of you together, you will still show and say, I'm the master. No, nah. In Chinese, the day the master frees you is the day you beat him in fight.